Good afternoon, Belize. It's midday and you're tuned into the news at noon, where we bring you the latest updates from around the country. I'm Misani Cayetano, and here's what's making headlines today. Family demands justice. Leonard Baltazar's death on Tobacco Key reinvestigated amid allegations of murder. A Belizean national living in Chetumal vanishes without a trace. Jeremy Enriquez alleges judicial misconduct and calls for investigation into Justice Honduras' dismissal of constitutional claim. And in Guyana, Tushan residents torch hotel and home in fury after the discovery of 11-year-old Adriana Young's body. These stories are coming up in just 1 minute.
In the face of tragedy, you depend on accurate and timely information. In times of triumph, you seek to be inspired. You demand transparency and accountability. Your desire is to know and to understand, to be heard and seen. I take pride in telling stories that safeguard communities. Your dedication and success live on through these reports. Getting to the truth is my duty. My unwavering commitment is to tell the stories that matter the most to you. I am News 5.
Welcome back. The family of Leonard Baltazar is once again urging the Belize Police Department to bring justice for the tragic death of 22-year-old Leonard Baltazar. On December 11th, Baltazar was discovered lifeless near a resort on Tobacco Key. Initial reports indicated that two guests at the Reef's End Lodge caught Baltazar attempting to burglarize their cabana, leading to a struggle that allegedly caused Baltazar to fall to his death. However, his family disputes this version of events, asserting that Baltazar tried to escape but was instead restrained and murdered. According to his stepfather, Vince Eugenio, the case has finally been reopened after persistent demands. Yet, he claims that the authorities have been tight-lipped about the investigation's progress.
I'm not a lawyer, but I do know that once a person is fleeing, the claim of self-defense goes out the window. And the original story that they gave us was that the intruder, because there's several stories to that as well. You know, I'll just say the intruder fled. You know, he was startled. Scott Taylor woke up, yelled at the intruder. He ran away. Scott Taylor followed him, and the altercation occurred outside the cabin. So once the intruder flee, there is no claim of self-defense. Your life is no longer in danger. And so once we shared that with Corporal DePaz, he told us that the case had been reopened, that it was never closed. And ever since that conversation, we have been unable to talk to Corporal DePaz or anyone else in the Enriquez Police Department in regards to this situation. He thought that the intruder might have been dangerous. If he thought that, then why would you put your life in danger? You know, so and as a citizen, your responsibility, your duty is to call the police, not to pursue an intruder. You have the option, but his responsibility once he was to call the police or call somebody because his life was no longer in threat. He fled. Now, I'm hearing also the question about a young man making bad decisions. And I believe we all were young and we all made bad decisions at one time in our life. That doesn't deserve a death sentence.
29-year-old William Milan was last seen on April 19th after returning from a food run to his home in Chetumal, Quintana Roo. According to his mother, who lived with him, he vanished shortly after, leaving all his belongings behind and traces of blood on his blankets. We spoke with his sister, who shared that the family is uncertain about his whereabouts or if he fled due to danger. She is pleading with the public to provide any information that could lead to his safe return.
He just went to buy his food and then returned back to his room.
So they didn't see him leave his room?
Nope. He come from buying his food, then he get inside his room, and from that entering he never made it out again.
And did your mom hear anybody else enter the house or hear sounds outside?
No, miss. The neighbors also tell my mom that they don't see, they don't hear nothing.
Do you guys know if there's any reason why anyone would want to hurt him if maybe that's the case, or was he known to wander?
No, miss. My mom said that he went to cut cane, and from cutting cane, he goes to his room, buy his food, and lock himself. He don't have no friends. Yes, he smoke, he drinks, but he was not a person that will go and do bad things.
Okay, and do you think there's any possibility of him possibly, running away or just going to live somewhere else and not telling you guys?
No, because all his stuff are there in his room, even his chain. And my mom told me too that they found some blood stains in his room, in his blanket, in his working boots.
Jeremy Enriquez has released a statement regarding his complaint about alleged judicial misconduct in a recent court case. Justice Tawanda Hondura dismissed Enriquez's constitutional claim on February 18th after hearing arguments from all parties involved. On Thursday, Enriquez filed a formal complaint against Justice Hondura with Chief Justice Louis Blenman, who chairs the Judicial and Legal Services Commission. Enriquez claims there is a compelling evidence of judicial bias, pointing to a, quote, disturbing conversation broadcasted from the judge's active microphone during recess, end quote. In his complaint, Enriquez alleges that associates of his attorney who were observing the hybrid hearing from Trinidad overheard Justice Hondura saying he had already decided to dismiss the case. Although these individuals recorded parts of the private conversation during the break, they did not capture the alleged comments. The full transcript of the remarks, supposedly made by Justice Hondura, has been included in the complaint. Enriquez is calling for Justice Hondura to be removed from the case and for an immediate investigation into the matter. Residents of Tushen, Guyana erupted in anger on Thursday, torching a hotel and a home after discovering the lifeless body of 11-year-old Adriana Young in the pool. Young had vanished around 1:30 p.m. on Wednesday while swimming with her family. Despite extensive searches by police and family members throughout the night, they found nothing. Shockingly, her body was discovered in the pool the next morning. Suspecting foul play, her parents rallied the community in protest, which quickly escalated. The hotel and the home of its owners were set ablaze. Here's what the child's aunt had to say to a reporter in Guyana.
My little sister's daughter was discovered dead today in the Doubleday pool. We were here since yesterday. Some family members came since after 2. I came after 3. We were begging the police to lock down the place so that we can search. They did not do that, and a police by the name of Reese indicated that he can't do that because he's going to lose his job. Dede's son is claiming that, he claimed that she left. He never offers us any sympathy, didn't come and talk to us anything. They never allowed us to search as a family until after 11 going on to 12. After 12 midnight, we were in the hotel searching and we didn't find her, but we knew since then that she did not leave the hotel. She did not leave there because she's not a child that will wander off. She's a pleasant, quiet, nice child. Somebody had to indicate and call her, and they snatched her and they held her in there and killed her. And this is not the first time, but this will be the last time. Every member for the family will go down.
That's a wrap for the news at noon. But don't worry, there's plenty more coming your way at 6 p.m. We'll dive deeper into these stories and more. In the meantime, visit channel5belize.com and follow us on Facebook for real-time updates. And don't miss Open Your Eyes on Monday morning for fresh takes on today's headlines. Thanks for tuning in, Belize. Stay informed, stay inspired, and have a fantastic afternoon.
Veracidad, imparcialidad.
Hemos estado haciendo el trabajo como organización.
Y tus noticias en español.
Están en aguas beliceñas, entonces esta bandera se queda aquí.
Sintoniza Canal 5 cada viernes a las 7 de la noche.
Tenemos que resolver los grandes problemas de este país.
Su voz importa, su acción cuenta.
Transfusión sanguínea, elementos que indican un deterioro evidente del estado de salud.
Somos Noticiero 5 Semanal.
Perdió la vida en un heroico intento de proteger a su hermano. El Tribunal de Magistrados de la ciudad de Belice se paralizó. La policía está investigando 2 asesinatos separados.
Tu fuente de información.